going on, guys? It's your boy Motorman Dan. Today we're going to be talking about the Overlord Blade Staff. Just kidding. The Overlord Blade Staff, this will be for the Priestess video, but the Overlord Blade Staff is just a skin, but it came out as its own like weapon. So you'll have Blade Staff up here, and you have Overlord Blade Staff. They are literally the same thing, they just look different. So what's going on, guys? It's your boy Motorman Dan. Today we're going to be talking about the Priestess. Long-range Arcane War Guardian with secondary arcane attack. It's a war scenario only. Similar to the knight that came out with the drastic steps. Deal 10,000 damage to complete. The unique upgrades is to reduce recovery time or increase ability radius. I don't really use the Priestess ever, but I think reduced recovery time is probably better because the ability just isn't that great anyways. And the Priestess is better for being able to soak up damage than to like do damage with the ability. I don't know. I think they need to make the ability better. Maybe make this upgrade better to run it. I don't know. You tell me. Typically, I just run reduced recovery time. I haven't really sat there and watched and seen like how good the ability is and how much better this makes it. But if you know, or if you like to use it and you have theories as to why it would be better than reduced recovery time, by all means, let me know in the comments. All right. That being said, let's jump into the game files. All right. So first things first. Secondary radius of 950. Secondary individual bolt radius is 250. So that makes it 6.3 squares. Grid square is size of the footprint of an archer. So the footprint of the Priestess is 2x2. So 6.3 is the radius around the Priestess on which the orbs or whatever projectiles drop, or bolts, and each bolt has a radius around it that does damage in a 1.6 square radius. Now I have the AI character Guardian Protos, which is going to tell us health of 1,000, speed of 800. And this, they take half damage from arcane attacks. Unlike the knight that has reduction to physical damage, which is most damage in the game, the arcane really doesn't do anything. I mean, it's going to be negligible at best. So I wouldn't worry about it. But that is the thing to know, is that arcane damage, half. Now, if the Priestess was like an enemy that you'd have to fight, that'd be kind of cool, But, yeah. All right, AI character abilities. So the first one is a primary ability, and this is going to be her auto attack. We've got damage of 38 for the auto attack here. It is arcane damage, so she does arcane damage, which is nice. You're good against like armored ogres and mountain trolls and such. Not that good, but good. Projectile lifetime is 10 seconds. Speed's 6,000. That's gonna be 6,000. Divided by 150, that's how many grid squares per second it moves. Then we have the secondary ability, Protos, cooldown of 15 seconds. So that's the little orb thing that she does. And damage is 80 per orb. Radius, like we said, is 950, and that's from wherever the Priestess is standing. She'll cast it, and that's the radius around her. All right, here we got the Priestess. The Priestess's heal. It's going to be 35 damage per second. And next we have the upgrades. There's just the two of them. We have the recovery status effect, Guardian Priestess heal unique 1, and that's going to be here. So that increases it from 35 damage per second to 45 damage per second. A value of 10 damage per second. Is it that much better? With 1,000 health, I guess it's going to save you some time, but the other one, however, is to increase ability radius. So that is going to modify, which means it adds these together. So the 30 goes with what it had before, taking your 6.3 grid squares to 8.3 grid squares. And then the 75 is 0.5 grid squares. So the orbs themselves, instead of doing damage in 1.6 square radius, they're actually doing damage in a 2.1 square radius. 2.16. So, it makes each individual orb better, I guess. Of course, it does increase like the overall. I wish it didn't. I wish it would just maybe concentrate it or have like more orbs falling. I think that would be a good one, is not have it a wider arc, a wider circle, but maybe just increase the orb potency itself, whether you have more orbs, whether they do more damage, whether they have more range and damage just for the orbs. But I wouldn't want it to be farther away from the Priestess, because the Priestess is typically fighting whatever she's in front of, and most enemies in the game are melee. So it's like, you know, she probably just doesn't need to have orbs falling far away from her. She needs them closer to herself. So that's maybe how I would have approached this upgrade, but it is what it is. So we won't be covering the Priestess as far as like gameplay. They're pretty straightforward, not much to know. Nothing special or anything. It's kind of like the Knight. I'm sure everybody has used the Priestess in a lot of the games that they played through the war scenarios. Pretty solid all around. Maybe not as good as the Knight because not as much tankiness, but pretty solid all around. Guys, as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like the Priestess, if you don't like the Priestess, why not? If there's anything special that you know about the Priestess, do let me know, and in turn, you'll be letting other people who stumble upon this know. That being said, as always, have a good day, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow. I stream on Twitch, upload to YouTube, and I will catch you on the flip side. All right, deuces.